Hey, you're watching us from the Comcast Social Media Lounge at South by Southwest. I'm so excited. I'm Cheryl Lazar from What's Trending, and this is, of course, hosted by TechSet. And today we've got some amazing guests. Longtime friend and supporter, Lizzie Velasquez, welcome.
Thank you.
And a new friend, Aija Mayrock. Now, this conversation is all about overcoming bullying. You guys have both focused on that through your content. You actually, Aija, have a new book, The Survival Guide to Bullying, written by a teen. Awesome. And then you have a new book coming out as well.
I do, yeah. It's called Dare to Be Kind.
And this is not your first book as well.
No, it's my fourth book.
Okay.
But it feels like my first book. It feels like this one is more of me coming into my own and really talking about things that I've never talked about before. And so it technically is my fourth, but it feels like my first.
Now, both of you take on bullying in different ways on social media. Where do you think the state of bullying is right now, from your perspective?
I feel like bullying has gotten worse as social media has developed, because I every week go around the country and I speak to communities and middle schools, to young people about my story and about cyberbullying and all forms of bullying. And I really feel like we live in this culture of cruelty where with every new social media app, there are new ways to target people anonymously or not. And so I think it's so amazing that Lizzie has done her work and continues to do work around these issues, because I think it's just getting worse.
I agree. I think now it's coming in so many different ways. I mean, when our grandparents or our parents were young, they dealt with bullying on the schoolyard, and that was it. But now we've gone into not only the world of cyberbullying, but bullying as well. And cyberbullying is something that happens 24/7 because kids are getting access to technology younger and younger.
I know. Do you think things have changed since last year you were here and we had this conversation?
I do. I think in a way I do, but I also don't. I think what's different now is I think the conversation about bullying is not just a general topic anymore. I think it's something that it's a good thing that it's not just like a hot button topic, but it's something that you're getting more and more personal stories. And I think when it comes to something like bullying, which is something that everyone talks about, when you have those personal stories, whether it's from a student or a parent, it makes so much more of an impact.
And what responsibility do the social networks have around this?
I do think there is responsibility on the social networks for young people under the age of 18 to make sure that this content is somewhat reportable, and those cyberbullying attacks, something will be done, because death threats and hateful words like that, those can be taken seriously, and I think social networks do have that type of responsibility.
Yeah, I know Facebook added crisis text line even, and different resources, but it's so hard when you're being trolled, and you could click on that abuse thing on Instagram or on Twitter, but it's really hard sometimes to be heard, and that could be frustrating.
And I think a lot of kids give up because they don't think anyone is reading their reports when they do report something. I know I read something about Instagram using possibly artificial intelligence to look at bullying on their platform, which I think is really cool. So I think it's interesting that there are new innovative ways kind of being looked at.
And I want to remind everyone watching live, one, let us know if you have any questions in the comments. Also, tweet us, #Comcast South by Southwest. We are following that throughout the day and during this conversation. You were here at South by Southwest with the documentary a few years back?
Yeah, in 2015.
Oh my God, I'm losing track of time.
It feels like forever ago, but it also feels like yesterday.
Yeah. It was called A Brave Hearts, and you're also local.
I am. I'm born and raised in Austin, which there are very few of us left here, but very proud to be from here.
So what's it like for both of you to be here at South by Southwest this year?
Well, this is my first time here, so it's really cool. I'm so happy to be here, and it's always been a dream of mine, so I'm happy.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I guess how has your journey changed since that documentary was here at South by Southwest?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, to be completely honest, that was my first South by to come to. I was born and raised here, but I'd never been to South by until we premiered my documentary. So to come in with that first experience, I think was something that was very unique and incredible. But now looking at it, I think it's really awesome to see the things I've been able to do since then, still being able to travel around the world to tell my story and writing. And I think what's most special right now is the community that I've been able to stick with since the documentary came out, because there was a lot of people who haven't known my story, and to be able to grow with them has been really awesome.
And you do that through many ways. I mean, you're vlogging and you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I mean, social media is good, and it could also feel like a really big responsibility. And I feel like even if you're not an influencer or someone who's doing something with the platform, if you're on social media, I think you have a responsibility to be careful with your words, with what you say, because I always remind people that there is a human on the other side of pressing send, and it's really, really important to remind people of that.
And how are you experiencing that online and through social? How are you getting the word out?
So it's been interesting. My experience with social media started off really bad as well, because when I was a freshman in high school, a girl I had never met dressed up as me for Halloween and posted it online.
What?
And it went viral. And I was barely using social media, and suddenly it felt like the whole world was against me. And then when my book came out, I realized the only way to really get it out there into as many countries as possible was through using social media. So it's been interesting to find that balance of knowing that people will always be mean, and how to protect myself and still continue to spread that message. And it's turned out really great so far. And of course there are the ups and downs, but it's been helpful to, see other very inspirational people like Lizzie. I'm a big fan, and I just met her, so it's really cool.
You don't realize Lizzie is like the bomb. She's an icon.
I don't feel like that. I was just telling her I don't feel like that.
But yeah, it's been really cool to see other people who have done it and continue to do it so well.
And do you feel like the audiences are changing as you're going to these schools and meeting with the younger generation? How is their perspective changing? What are you seeing out there?
I feel like they're getting so smart and so savvy, and they're going to change the world. And it's really exciting, because when I meet these young people, I usually perform like spoken word rap about my story.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Don't ask. I'm going to ask you to do that.
That's a little bit.
I'm happy to. Yeah. Right now?
Sure.
Why not?
Okay. Just stop me whenever, though, because it's like 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, you can cut me
like
off
an abridged version.
whenever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a story about the power of words, about your own voice and being heard, the power to heal, the power to hurt. On Halloween of my freshman year, a girl I had never met who attended my old school dressed up as me as her costume. And suddenly it was like someone pressed resume. I was all consumed by cyberbullying, harassment, and my past. You see, I'd spent 8 years being bullied. Crowds would amass to telecast hate, try to obliterate their very own classmate. And so when this happened, I sunk into my chair, defeated with this blank stare in my eye, thinking, this is it. I don't know how to keep trying to get by. A few weeks later, my life would change. It was a regular day, nothing strange, till I read the news about a boy. 16 years old, he couldn't hold on any longer, couldn't be any stronger. It said, suicide due to bullying, and something in me said, Aija, you cannot wait any longer. You see, I know what it's like to lose your fight, and I know what it's like to take back your life, but how could I let kids struggle every day without showing them that it's gonna be okay? I couldn't find the answer. How do you help kids around the world? What is the answer? Do I have a voice? I didn't know. Do I have the power? I won't let go, but I'm not going to lie. I was hesitant from head to toe. I'll stop there.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
Awesome. Aija Mayrock.
That was amazing.
Wow. Drop the mic. I did not expect that.
I had nothing else to say.
You got to bring her on tour with you.
I know.
Well,
Oh my gosh. You should teach me how to do
Squad
that.
tour. That's amazing. Have you always used spoken word?
When my book came out, I realized that I wanted to find a way to reach people, around the world, and what was that common language. And I was listening to a lot of rap and a lot of music, and I wanted to kind of find my own version of it. And then it just kind of took off. So, it's been my thing since.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That was awesome. I
know.
got chills.
I did too.
Right? I'm not going to try that. Now, Lizzie, talk about, you said your book is obviously different than this one. You've done 4.
Yeah.
Tell us what is different and what you hope people take from your new book.
So a lot of people know my story. They know the World's Ugliest Woman video. They know that I've been bullied, all of that. And I've been very public with a majority of my life. And a lot of things that have happened behind the scenes that I've kept very, very, very private. And I, speaking of the documentary, once we finished filming the documentary, I hit rock bottom. I was diagnosed for the very first time while we were filming at the age of 25. And so I had gotten so used to being this question mark for so long, and it became a part of my identity. And while we were filming, I got a call from my doctor and said, I have your answer. And so I never had time to process that question mark being gone, and now it being this period. And now it's like this is it. And so I was so busy, I didn't have time to process it. And once filming stopped, I started processing it. And a lot of my uninvited thoughts started coming to join the party, and they stuck around for a while. And it got really dark. And so while I was promoting the documentary and being really excited and happy, behind closed doors, that's not what it was like. And so in this book, I realized that through telling my story, I've never had thoughts of not wanting to be here before. And after that cloudiness went away, the first thing that I thought was, I'm now going to be able to connect with people I've never been able to personally connect with before. How can I get to them? How can I give them hope? And I'm hoping that the book is that hope for them.
That's amazing. Well, I'm so excited to read that, Dare to Be Kind. And I think it is important because also as like social media people, you're putting on a front, you're always happy. Also, obviously, we've followed your journey and we've seen that it wasn't always happy, but, you know, it is important for people to see that everyone has similar experiences. You know, we have highs, we have lows, but I think specifically in the YouTube universe, in this like digital stardom world, it's important for us to share that more than ever before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've experienced this before, but on Instagram, I started posting the real photo of what my real life looks like, and in the caption explaining what behind that looks like, because oftentimes social media is the highlight reels of people's lives.
Totally.
And so you have to remember that. And so I was so scared to put an honest post, and I had way better of a response than posting a happy moment of, hey, I'm doing this, because people relate to it. And I think especially now, we just want to relate to someone, and we just want to be heard and know that you're not alone through whatever it is you're going through.
And I think, I think that's such a powerful tool for young people too, with their own mental health, because these people that look up to you or that look up to me, they think that that's how life should be. And then when they see like, hey, I'm having a really bad day, or, you know, I'm going through this with my mental health, they realize that they can be honest too. So I think that's awesome.
Well, the paperback comes out March 13th, your birthday.
Yeah.
Right? So congrats. I mean, it's always South by Southwest on your birthday.
Yeah, last year I was here on my birthday.
So definitely check that out. I want to just say thanks to Lizzie Velasquez for being here again. Check her out everywhere at Little Lizzie V.
Yep.
And her book, Dare to Be Kind, out very soon, March 13th. And Aija Mayrock, the beautiful Aija Mayrock, and also amazing singer, or not singer, rapper, spoken word. The Survival Guide to Bullying is out right now. And go check it out also. And follow everything happening in your life on social media as well. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm really always inspired by both of you. And you guys are both incredible women.
Thank you.
And we need to see more of that. On, of course, it's International Women's Month and day yesterday. So power to the women out there. And we'll be back with more from the Comcast Social Media Lounge at South by Southwest. So stay tuned right here on What's Trending. Share this video with your friends, because we want to inspire people with both of your work. It's so amazing. And like this video too. I'm Shira Lazar. We'll see you soon. Bye.